Hey folks, with the experience bonus going on, I thought it'd be a good time to revisit Vaniki. I haven't played there at all since the devs decided to break the server back in January, I think it was, and remove the only useful reward they had put in there. But alas. The first stop was getting to level 80 from 75 where I had left my guys. I chose Fort Mac. I'm running a warrior, an enchanter, and a bard, plus a couple rogues and a cleric merc. It still took a few hours to get them up to 80, but it wasn't too bad with the bonuses and doubling up on lesson runs. Even though I'm only level 80 here, the expansions are open to level 90. That's just how Vaniki works, that you can access 10 levels higher than your current max level. So of course I wanted to jump right into the deep end, and we're going to head to House of Thule and try some of the named in Fearrod to see how I do. I swapped out one of the rogues to get a second cleric merc for this. The first name I ran across was this spider named Malice. It wasn't too bad. My warrior didn't have much trouble tanking it. He's geared in basically boomerang non-visibles and OMM visibles here, so coming from a pretty low starting point. He definitely doesn't have the current raid gear that the one guild that's still raiding there has. This loot is actually pretty good. I got 2 leg molds, a damage aug, and a haste belt. Those were all upgrades for some of the team. I actually ended up doing him twice before moving on, and he dropped the same loot table as before the second time. I moved on from there to Expedition Leader Krupp. I was trying to pull with my bard, but got some ads I couldn't fade, and he kind of just instantly deleted my warrior. I figured out later that those are actually some ads he spawns when you aggro him, so in attempt number 2 I just pulled with the warrior. It was still kind of a mess since there's also a snare apparently, and because the warrior was set as
Defensive.
the puller, it took too long to get back to camp or for the clerics to run out there and help him. Even though Worth ended up dying here, those ads are mezzable, and I was eventually able to kill them after some time with the bard and the rogue merc. Not as good of loot here. I got an AC aug that I put on the enchanter and a new cloak that was an upgrade for the warrior. Alright, next up is this guy, Blackbone. Now I wasn't reading what any of these names did, because what kind of fun would that be? But all I have to say here is, what the fuck? Apparently he procs something that pushes you away from him? I don't know what they were thinking designing that. Someone must have spent a lot of time in the Clicknar raid in Underfoot with that mechanic and just wanted to recycle the code. Anyway, I got flung all over the place and needless to say ended up aggroing everything. Decided that one's probably not worth it. I mean, I guess you could clear a lot of the area and then try to position with your back to the wall, but there didn't even look like any good corner to wedge myself into to avoid that. So I just decided to move on from that one. Next stop was Bouncer Captain Grack. He was pretty easy, I found. Hit a bit fast, but my warrior seemed fine with him. The loot was garbage, though, with no visible armor molds, which is really what I'm going for here for those upgrades. Okay, the last one I tried is this snake named Sable. My warrior bit it at the start due to some unfortunate auto-follow mechanics, but I was able to eventually get him down. He dropped pretty good loot, got 2 headpiece armor molds and some range items. So I think I'm pretty much done on Vaniki for a while. I will need to farm some vanadium ore, if anyone has any good ideas on that. Kind of wish they'd bring back the currency rewards, though. That's probably the only thing at this point that would bring back enough people to play on the server with more than a passing glance at hitting up the Kazakh Thule food clicky and other such items before new server launches. Alright, good luck out there everyone.